All right, hello guys. My name is Brian. Basically, I'm having this presentation for you guys under my little brand that I'm starting out called Gibraltar APC. Today, we're going to go over a piece of financial wellness. We're going to go over how to fix excess contributions to your 401k or other retirement accounts. This is something that I actually went through myself. This year because I made excess contributions in 2022, and I'm basically going to show you or give you the information on how you can correct this and how you can fix this so that you do not face the numerous penalties that the IRS may hold you accountable for. So thank you for watching. As always, I hope you're having a great day because I am. And hope you were able to learn something from this, and hope this helps you in any sort of way. And we do plan on continuing more of these. I know my last video I took kind of a break about a month, but I was just busy, doing other things, but still working on myself. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and then always like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you do appreciate this content. Let us know. You can always leave us a note or two in the comments. We always love to read those. And yeah, let's get to it. So this is in the excess, a message about how to fix excess contributions to 401k retirement accounts. Again, it's through my starting brand called Gibraltar APC. If you want to promote it, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So topics that we'll cover today are what are excess contributions? Briefly go over what they are. What problems can they cause? These are mainly penalties, increase, hassle and stuff like that. And how to fix excess contributions. This is pretty much the main topic that we're going to be going over, the meat of this subject. Timeline considerations, because you do have to follow certain timelines depending on, whenever you basically figured out that you made excess contributions, you have to try to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. And then after that, we'll go over a summary about everything that we learned. So these are our topics. So what are excess contributions? So just as the name indicates, these are contributions that are made over a certain limit set by the IRS. So basically, the reason why the IRS limits how much money you can contribute into your 401k is basically to make it fair, because you have to understand that a 401k is a tax-advantaged retirement investment account. So let's say you get paid a lot of money. If you put a lot of money into your 401k, you can essentially defer, not evade, defer a lot of taxes. That's not really fair, because there's other people that don't make a lot of money. There's other people that don't even have access to a 401k. So it's not really fair for the IRS or the United States government to let really or highly paid people defer a lot of taxes. You want people to pay their taxes at least a considerable amount. That's why they set limits to how much you can put into your 401k. Now, that being said, there are other ways of basically going around this, and that gets relatively complicated. That's not what we're here to talk about. But just for the general part, there are limits to how much you can contribute to a 401k or retirement account, and for 2022, that limit was $20,500. So if you got paid enough to where you can contribute $20,500 to your 401k, you're in a pretty good spot. That's gonna grow over the years as you're working. 10 years from now, it might turn into who knows what. If the stock market keeps going up, it might turn to 100,000 or something like that. I mean, maybe not that high, but that's a pretty good rate of return. But anyway, so if you contribute more than that $20,500 into your 401k, that is considered an excess contribution. Now, this is for basically individual contributors. This is not including the match that some employers do offer. This is only what you, as an individual employee, or even if you're, well, if you're self-employed, it gets a little bit more complicated as well, because now you're considered the employee and the employer. So this limit does not actually fully count for you. But let's say you work for a company, they have a match. This is only accounting for what you have put in from your own paycheck, not what the company has put in, this $20,500. Now, if you do put in more than this limit into your 401k, you can expect the IRS to hit you with some fees, some penalties, and some added paperwork and some added hassle. That's why you see this guy here, he's like, man, what did I do? This was me when I figured out that I made excess contributions to my 401k, and I had to do all the research. I had to go to the IRS website, read all this stuff that you guys don't want to read. Or, I mean, I don't think anyone wants to read that. I don't know what, it was just a lot of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so that's basically what excess contributions are. And the next slide we'll go over some of the hassle that they bring. Why my guy over here is, Anyway, let me get a little sip of my tea here. All right. Now, what problems do they cause? So, and this depends on how soon you correct the excess contribution, how quickly you take it out of your account, which we call basically a disbursement, or is it a distribution, or withdrawal. Let's keep it simple. It's a withdrawal. So these are some of the issues. You can be hit with a 6% penalty annually on the excess portion, including the related earnings to that excess portion. This usually happens if you delay fixing this. Like, let's say you wait until the end of the tax season, and you don't fix this, and then you even wait until the end of the extension period, and you still don't fix this, they're going to start hitting you with the 6% yearly penalty. And depending on how much of that excess contribution you made, this can become quite a lot. So before the next year's tax deadline, including extension. So now another big thing is you can be taxed twice on this excess contribution, because what happens is if you do that withdrawal, then that's considered income. Now, if you don't, fix it in the same year that you realize you made an excess contribution, it can go, and you do the withdrawal the next year. Now you can be taxed in that year and still be held liable for, basically you can be taxed twice. It's kind of complicated. Okay, so let's say you made the excess contribution in 2022. You didn't fix it in 2023. You fixed it in 2024. 2024, you made a withdrawal. Now you're taxed on that as income. Then you were already taxed. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. How can you be taxed twice? Interesting. Yeah, you can't be taxed twice. Anyway, we'll fix that later on. Okay, so anyway, you will have extra paperwork. You'll have to correct your W-2 file, form 5239, which is about early withdrawals from your retirement account. And you also have to file 1099-R, which you'll get from your employer once you do correct this. Also, depending on when you correct excess contribution, you can be hit with a 10% early distribution penalty. But now the IRS has said that basically this penalty no longer is valid as long as you correct it in a timely manner. And of course, you just have extra hassle. Now, what I want to go back to is that 2 times taxation. Essentially, when you make this contribution, it is before tax, so you're not even taxed on it. But if you do with this withdrawal, it's added to your income, so then you are taxed on it. So essentially, you're not really taxed twice. So this is a mistake here. Over here, we own our mistakes. I'm not a tax expert. This is not financial advice. This is just for your own entertainment. I don't know who is being entertained by this. This is really boring and a lot of information, but this is only for entertainment. Please speak with your CPA certified public accountant or your tax advisor or whoever has a license. Do not sue me. You cannot sue me. This is for information and entertainment purposes only. Okay? Thank you. All right. So now, how to fix excess contributions. So if it's before the current year's tax deadline, you can determine the amount of excess contribution by reviewing your contribution history. This is what I did. My employer uses Fidelity as their plan administrator. So I went on Fidelity, I went through basically where they have their contributions. And these websites, they're getting really good at hiding all this information. You got to click on all these different tabs, and I don't know why they make it so complicated for you to figure out simple things. And sometimes they even kind of make it confusing. I guess that's just what they want because they don't really want you to understand. And that's why really financial education is so important, because these companies will literally make it as confusing as possible because I feel like these companies really want you to lose money. They don't want you to make money, because if you make money, that means that there's less money for them to make off you. So yeah, anyway, determine the amount of excess contribution by reviewing your contribution history. Now, you can either elect to withdraw the excess contribution or contact your plan administrator to have it refunded, including the direct earnings from the amount. Or you can also even contact your HR department at your place of employment. They can try to help you out. There are some forms that you can fill out if your plan administrator has those forms to where you can request a refund of the excess funds. So you would just have to go again on your plan administrator's website, and or you can even call them or send them an email or a message. Nowadays they do have messaging features, and get that information. Then once you've done that, and before tax deadline is either April 15th or, including the extension, October 15th. So you really have until October to get this fixed. So that's what I have. I have until October to get this fixed, or I'll be getting hit with that 6% penalty. Now, once you do that, you have to basically file an amended return. It's going to show that refund or that withdrawal as added income to your adjusted gross income. And you'll have to get a corrected W-2 from your plan administrator or from your employer, really. And send that to the IRS and tell them, hey, I actually made more income than what I reported. So you'll have to tax me more. You'll probably get less of a refund if you got a refund, and if you paid, you'll probably have to pay a little bit extra. Okay, after the tax deadline, this is really after the extension period on October 15th, you'll have to either withdraw the excess the next year, apply the excess to next year's contribution, which basically is going to lower your limit for the next year, or you can account for the distribution in other different ways. You can recharacterize it. That gets a little bit more complicated, but just to keep it simple, you will have to figure out how you can balance out that excess contribution for the next year. And you will be hit with that 6% penalty, and you'll probably be hit with that 10% early withdrawal as well, because you didn't do it in a timely fashion. And then either way, before tax deadline or after tax deadline, you will have to use this Form 5239 to account for the distribution and attach that to your tax return. Okay? Now, we've been going on this series. We've been doing 3 presentations so far. That's kind of crazy that I do basically I've been doing 1 presentation every month. I really need to get on my my job and really start cranking these out. But anyway, slow trickle is better. It's better to do something better than doing nothing. So at least I'm doing something. So I'm happy with that. 2 thumbs up. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you're liking what you're hearing. But anyway, we're going to go over a little quote. This one's by my one of my favorite philosophers on YouTube, Alan Watts. This is the real secret of life: to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now, and instead of calling it work, realize it is play. And that's really insightful, because if you really think about it, I don't really need to be doing this, right? But I have nothing else to do, so I might as well enjoy it, be completely engaged with y'all. I don't know who I'm even talking to. I don't really know who my audience is yet, because I only have like 10 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, why not have fun while I'm doing it? Why be so serious? You know, you should be seriously non-serious, because if you take life too serious, you'll end up hurting yourself, right? You'll be frustrated, you'll be stressed out. Like when I made that mistake on that previous slide, I could have been like, oh my God, I have to re-record this. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not re-recording this. I'm not re-recording this, because you know what? People make mistakes. I'll get better on the next attempt. And if you're not serious enough, like let's say you just goofed off, like I could be eating cookies and watching Netflix right now. Is that really is that what I want to be doing for the next 10 years, man? I don't think so. I mean, you know, you gotta be a little serious, but you can't be too serious, you know? So you gotta be non-seriously serious. It's kind of a paradox, but so is life. Anyway, next slide. All right. So this is the timeline, all right? This is the time. I made a very simple timeline for you guys. All right. During tax year before October 15th, right? That's the extension period. Only must pay additional income tax on that distribution or that withdrawal, right? Because it's gonna be added to your income. And really, okay, now it's starting to make sense, because now it'll be added to your income for 2022. But since you also got it in 2023, now it's added to that income as well. So it's almost like you're adding it twice. So you're being taxed on it twice. So yes, you can potentially be taxed on it twice. Now it's starting to make sense. You see, we always get back to it. So make sure you get it done before that. If you do it after October 15th, you may be hit with a 10% early distribution penalty on your 401k if you're under the age of 59 and a half. Remember, that early distribution is if you're younger than the age of 59 and a half years. And you can also be hit with a 6% yearly penalty on the excess. All right, so that's, you know, let's say your excess contribution is $10,000. I don't know why you would, you know, I mean, come on, you should calculate how much you're contributing and checking that every single month to make sure you're meeting that limit. You're not really going over, but you're making sure you're meeting that limit. Always max out your 401k before you max out anything else. It's just a good rule of thumb. All right, so going all over the place. So you can be hit with that 6% penalty on the excess and that 10% early distribution. That's a lot of money. $10,000, 10% of $10,000. What is that? Like that's like $1,000, and then you're hit with another 6%. That's like $1,000. You just lost $1,600, and then you're getting taxed on that twice. Oh my goodness! Come on, guys. Come on, do yourself a favor. All right. After the tax year, continue 6% yearly penalty. Okay. After the tax year. Okay. And that's every year you're getting hit with this. So make sure you fix this. Make sure you fix it. IRS is always looking for places to get your money. You know. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just for information and entertainment purposes only. And yes, I am starting YouTube in 2023. I know I'm super late to the party, but I'm fashionably late. Anyway, let's go. All right. So you see how he was at first he was like, oh. But now after watching my presentation, he's smiling. All right, so summary. Excess contributions can happen for a variety of reasons, such as switching jobs, getting a raise from your employer, or setting your contribution rate too high. They can lead to a variety of excess hassles that must be completed in order to avoid potential penalties. The quicker you can resolve the excess, the less money you will be held liable to pay to the IRS, which means more money in your pocket. And that's what we all want. All right, guys, meet our team, just me. Been solo dolo for a minute now. Always looking to see who wants to join the team. If you're a good graphic designer, good video editor, good, I guess, emailer, someone really on top of their business acumen, please let me know. But my name is Brian. Nice to meet you if I haven't already met you. And I look forward to trying to teach y'all or trying to share. I'm not really a teacher. I wouldn't call myself a teacher because I'm not an expert. Again, information and entertainment. But I'm always here to share what I'm doing, what I'm reading, finance-wise, maybe even culture-wise later on. You know, I really do like music, so I might, upload some music, reactions and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just me right now. But hey, man, if you're sharp and talented, let me know. All right. As always, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@GibraltarAPC. Find us on Twitter at GibraltarAPC, or you can find us on Instagram at Gibraltar.apc. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm not really a big fan of Instagram or Twitter or even really YouTube sometimes because I waste a lot of time on those things. So I'm trying to get better at that, but those are the social media things that we have to use nowadays. So yeah, you can find me on there. This will be uploaded on all three or shared on all three. But yeah, that's where you can find us at. And let me just go over the presentation toolkit. We do have a glossary here for your information if you just want to look at this in case of some of the, basically, what do they call those things? Vernacular or jargon, or I always lose the word that I'm looking. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna find it later on. Maybe in the next video, I'll figure out what word. Yeah, but anyway, we have the glossary here for some of the terms that we use: year of deferral, distribution, timely withdrawal before October 15th of tax year, untimely withdrawal. So yeah, this is, and also over here we have a Vanguard resource here. Excess contribution, did you over contribute? This is just some referral material that you can refer to. Thank you for watching as always. And have a nice day. Bye-bye.